Oh, g'day mate. Have I got a treat for you today? Well, sort of. It's a little bit of a treat. Now, last time we did the heel side, front side 360. Almost forgot there for a second. So today we're gonna go the opposite direction and we're gonna be doing the heel side, back side 360, which I think is a lot more difficult, slightly, but then I think it looks a whole lot more stylish. You might agree with that, you might not, but I definitely think that backside spins just look classy for some reason. And I don't know what it is, but it's the marble of it, it's the vibes. Anyway, let's get down to business. So full disclaimer, these tips and this advice, this is something that hopefully will help you, but it might not be technically correct, but these are things that work for me. And over the years of myself trying to figure out, how to control the board and do various things, a lot of the time it's just trial and error, but like I say, this stuff, it works for me. Hopefully it works for you. If it doesn't, then too bad. Anyway, so the backside 360, where to start? There's a lot to this one, but as most wakeboard instructional videos, as most tricks are, if you break them down into those manageable steps, it's actually not too bad. As always, you're probably starting to notice a few threads here, starting on the right-hand side of the wake. If you are a natural rider, left foot forward, handle down by your hip, cutting out to your spot. And for this one, you probably want to go, let's say 14.5 feet away from the wake. Make sure you measure that. Once you get out there, you don't have to do the normal, typical hand-off coast. You can if you want, it'll give you style points, but it's not essential. Anyway, so a progressive cut, as always. Now with the backside 3, this is one that, as all spins, the handle placement is key, but with this one, it's very much a game of patience. So with the front side 360, often you can probably get away with spinning a little bit earlier. Really you shouldn't, and if you saw my front side 360 video, you would have seen me multiple times harping on about the fact that you have to have the handle in the right place, pop first, because if you don't pop first, then you'll become off axis. It's very similar with the backside 3. But with the backside 3, it's almost like your head placement is kind of key. You want to almost have your chin pointing more towards your right hip. And what happens is when you get to that base of the wake and the top of the wake, you really want, like I said, it's all about your patience. So you want to get into the air first. But with the backside 360, your handle pass is very much just straight there. Because with the front side 3, you're almost twisting it, turning it, and locking it. With the backside 3, it's more your body that's doing the turning, and the handle sort of stays in the one position. So you pop first, get the handle there, and that's pretty much all you need to do with it. The rest of it is about how you turn your body and how you reach around to grab it. But you don't have to go and raise it vertically like that, and then you don't have to go and take it to your grabbing hand, if that makes sense. You promote the handle, and then your hand that you're going to go and grab it with, that's the thing that will twist around and grab it, as well as your midsection, your core, doing a really good, decent twist. Okay, so once you get into the air, handle in that position, and then you very much need to be looking over your right hand shoulder. So it's your head that almost initiates the spin. Because if you ever did this on a trampoline, the best thing to spin backside would be to, first of all, turn your head and look in the direction that you're spinning. But your chest, you remember from the front side 3, your chest needs to go up, but you can, for this one, you can kind of compress a little bit in your midsection. And what happens is if you do compress once you get into the air, it's almost like you want to stick your ass out. When you stick your ass out and you bend down a little bit, it'll just make that handle a little bit more obvious, and it'll promote a little bit more, and it'll be easier to grab. Okay? Hopefully you saw the front side 3. You remember, I'm not going to harp on about it again, but you'll remember that I talked about having the handle being held like that as opposed to that, because that'll just make it that little bit more difficult to grab. So same thing, handle in the middle, bend, twist, turn your head, grab it. And in all honesty, once you've grabbed that handle, and if you are in a good body position, the rest of it, it's just an unraveling affair. So what you do is it comes down, you grab the handle. Once you've got that, that's when you can flick it around last minute. And I don't have a very good close-up video of me doing a backside 3. I've got this one here, What you can probably see from that one is it's very much, you do the first 180 almost in the same body position, and then that last whip around that I was talking about, that's almost like the last minute sort of quick flick. And that's what I kind of reckon makes it look like a really stylish trick. It looks like it's quite deliberate, but I know with that one, that was the first one I tried for a while. I don't know why, but I sort of had a little bit of a mind block when it came to a back three. So what happened was I went up, I got the handle, and I almost had the handle while I was still in my regular position. And once I got hold of it and I grabbed it, I knew the trick was basically done and dusted. Because all I had to do was just let go of that hand, and then the rest of it just unraveled. Key thing as well, as always, keep the handle in tight. The tighter you keep it, the easier it is to do that unraveling at the end. But the good thing with a backside 360 is you can spot your landing a lot sooner than what you can on a front side. Okay, so I'll sort of just go through it quickly. So once you pop, you do that backside 180, you grab hold of it, and then for this last part, you might notice that your chin, if you've still kept it on your right hand shoulder, you can spot your landing when you've still got about 270 left to spin. And what that does is you can lock eyes on that landing, and it just becomes a whole lot easier because you sort of feel like you're in a little bit more control. When it comes to the landing, it's the same story. Absorb it with your knees, and then hopefully you should be good to go. As always, got any questions, comments down below in the comment feed. So very soon I'm going to be going back and looking at the toe side. So I haven't done anything on just standard toe side wake to wakes or toe side 180s or even half cabs. So I might combine a few of them together, because a really important thing if you're looking at going into competing, you want to be that full dimensional rider. You don't want to be someone who can only really do tricks on one side and then goes and quickly whips back and just sticks to your heel side. So you really want to be someone who can link tricks and link, whether it's your heel side, toe side, or switch half cabs or switch toes or whatever. A whole different variety of different options there. So I'll leave it at that. Tune in next time. And next time, do we go for the back roll yet? No, I'll hold off on that. Next time we'll go with just your standard toe side wake to wake. See you then.